Monster, Mr. Smith.
Will I am.
Accept your apology. Clear as day.
Oh, gosh.
You know, I didn't need Shaq to go do that, but I appreciate my brother Shaq stepping because I guess it was only two people that it struck a chord with. Out of all the 5,000 players that ever watched Kobe Bryant play, me and Shaq felt some type of way. And that's unfortunate, but I know a lot of people can't say what they really feel when it come down to a Kobe Bryant because he's not here no more. And he didn't really with a lot of people. So a lot of people not going to come to his defense, but that's my brother in blood. Like, that's my man's. So it is kind of personal for me and the family.
Can you pause it real quick? Because when I watched it on stream, I just kind of took his word. Maybe he is related to Kobe. Is he actually related to Kobe? Does Kobe even know him? Like genuine question.
I'm sure Kobe knows of him. Now, to the extent of their friendship, as a person that religiously watched every Kobe clip he could after Kobe retired, I will say I ain't never heard him say the name Rashard McCants. But that's just me. I don't know. I'm sure Kobe has to say the name of everybody he knows.
I apologize to Steven Jackson. I apologize to Steven Jackson. Because I was under the assumption that the order of Kobe Bryant dick suckers went Vanessa Bryant, Steven Jackson.
You had to say that.
And then a couple other people. But I am sorry, Steven, because Rashard McCants has you beat.
Oh, BDS up there too.
Who, BD? Brandon Davis?
Bar Don't Stop.
Oh, Bar Don't Stop. Oh, 3.
Yeah, Bar Don't Stop is crazy now. Not too much. Not too much.
I was like, Baron Davis.
What did Baron Davis say?
Damn.
What that clip look
Baron
like?
Davis get his straight. So I apologize because I just did not know. No, that man isn't related to no goddamn Kobe Bryant. Let's keep playing this bitch. Weird ass nigga.
Hear anything negative come out of anybody's mouth when referring to him when he's passed, it should be nothing but positivity because he has people coming after him. So it's like, if that wasn't the case and Kobe was still here, it's fair game. It's fair game because Kobe can defend himself. But if I got to step up and be the guy no one likes, the guy everybody thinks is this and that, he shouldn't be talking. Well, here I am talking about Kobe, protecting his name and his legacy. Because at the end of the day, you only want positive things to be said about you and your legacy when you're done with the game, when you're done with life. And that's all I was saying. It's like, oh, well, Kobe, he had Shaq for 3 years. And we talking about skill. We're talking about teammates. We talking about when you watch the game of basketball, you watch them Kobe Bryant highlights, man, it ain't no way you don't put him beside Michael Jordan. So here's what I'll do for the sake of conversation. Let's start the criteria here. Mike Kobe will now be out of the conversation.
Now keep playing it. Keep playing it, bro. Keep playing it.
I promise you about to lose me.
Nah, because this clip is crazy. Keep playing it.
I promise you about to lose
Kobe
me.
fan.
Y'all better go crazy. Keep,
promise you.
Oh my
keep going.
God.
I promise.
I'm going to have to sit here and act like, oh my.
Y'all about to lose me. Y'all about to lose
We'll
me.
start it with LeBron. We don't even need to mention these two no more. They are that good when it comes to the blueprint of the game. Without stats and all that other shit, they out.
Look at
Now, let's start with stats. You start with LeBron. Everybody else can fall in fucking line. LeBron is the GOAT. But that's because we're not mentioning these other two niggas no more. They not even in the conversation. Player 99, player 98. Oh my God. Cool. Now y'all can have y'all, whoever he paying to say he the best, whatever the case may be. You like him. He the most biggest IQ guy. All that shit, cool. You won't hear nothing else come from me. Because I'm taking these two guys out of the conversation. They ain't in it no more. For me. I don't know about anybody else. Because there's a long list of NBA players.
I just want y'all to see his face.
Yeah, Gil's finished.
Because I'm taking these two guys out of the conversation. They ain't in it no more. For me. I don't.
This what Gilbert Arenas look like.
It's dead like
That's exactly what that nigga look like.
God, bro. This is like when you know your man, and like that's your dog, but he is saying that bullshit. I've seen y'all make that face sometimes on one rant. Like, damn, that bro is not cooking. Someone help this nigga, bro. Okay, first things first. Chat, comment section, whoever watching this, I want to be very clear. There's some things that are debatable. Sometimes shit is just full of bull, and I mean that when I say, if the argument is, hey, let's leave Kobe out of it, he's dead. You know what? I could even fathom see that one. All I ask is you to do the same with Bill Russell and whoever else passes away. Fine. But when you say, okay, him and Jordan, you lose me. Because now it's like, holy shit. Okay, so the criteria is no longer he's dead. Is it being 6'6", 215 with a 40? Like what is the criteria? Why is Michael Jordan not allowed in discourse? But then simultaneously, LeBron James is. So that's one. Two, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let you guys talk. But all I say is, not all Kobe fans are stupid. Please, I beg of you. Please, not all Kobe fans are dumb. Look, I understand. If you have to make a GOAT argument for Kobe, you do have to get a little nasty. You do have to essentially go, Kobe is the best player in the toughest era, or Kobe is Michael Jordan in a tougher era, or Kobe was the most hold in his prime, so that's why. Like, there's you can do this, but I promise you, there's more logical ways. I promise you, not every Kobe fan is like this. But his argument is quite literally, yo, he's dead. So don't you dare disrespect him. Use your eyes, idiot. You know what? Don't even talk about him. Take Jordan out too. And let's start with LeBron, motherfucker.
I'm assuming there's more. I want to play them more. I ain't gonna lie. I'm about to
It's a
watch.
great clip.
I'm honestly, why not? We're streamers. Please, let's watch the whole.
I don't know about anybody else.
Hey, you gotta put
Because
that shit
there's a
on
long
1.5,
list
though.
of NBA players that say what I say and agree and feel the way I agree. Because we played. We watched it. We seen it. Shaq played with Mike and played against Mike before he played with Kobe. Then he won with Kobe and was able to say, shit, damn, man, this dude really is that guy. Now, he might have had some comments that said that LeBron was the GOAT at some point, because the GOAT of accomplishments does exist.
This nigga glass.
So when you're the number one all-time scorer, you got to throw some respect on that shit. And I agree. But skill-wise and to play the game-wise and what we seen, man, it's two guys that just... I seen the toughest defense in the world on this dude. Kobe Bryant created moves because of this nigga's defense was that good. We ain't never seen that shit. He was forced to do shit you could never do. I just want the respect to just be there.
Post fade.
I don't think it needs to be any malice or anything like I'm trying to attack Stephen A. I just feel personal when my man is gone. I gotta protect this. I gotta protect it.
The pump fake pivot.
That's what I'm here for. I stand on business.
Pivot.
For real.
Yo, I promise you
Real
guys,
for real.
Kobe is in top 10 convos. I promise you. You could even be it's the most nasty to some people, not nasty at all. You can go to top 5. Hell, if you want to, I'll admit you're being a little nasty. If you want to go to numero UNO, you can do it. But this is not the way, and this is not what I'm about to get a Kobe jersey in a second because this is getting crazy. We do not all represent this, bro. Please, we do not all think. Domo, correct me if I'm wrong. We do not all think that Kobe just invented basketball.
This is so insufferable, dog. This
counters
is so
to-
insufferable.
I think it just got really nasty. Before Damo goes, I think it just got really nasty because if it was just basketball, it'd be fine. But his correlation to, Stephen A is using Kobe's name and acting different just because he's dead, that's a whole different connotation that he just took it to a whole nother level. Because even when he talked about Shaq, yes, him and Shaq said the same thing about Kobe being in the GOAT convo, but Shaq didn't say, yo, Stephen A, you're bugging. You wouldn't say this if he was alive. He didn't go there. Rashad did, and doubled down. That's the nasty part to me, but...
Let me get my Kobe jersey.
There was a quote. There was a quote that came out in 2024, and it's never been more prevalent to now. I wish we could see. I really want to hear. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I want to hear what Gilbert and Kenya Martin said, but the quote is, and everyone knows it: winners are not allowed to let losers rewrite history. And last time I checked, that podcast don't got no winners on it. So I wouldn't be surprised if no one corrected them. I want to check and make sure if somebody corrected them. If someone checked them, I doubt it, because winners aren't allowed to let losers rewrite history. But a loser will let another loser blabble, blabble, blabble all day long just to get their point. That shit is so bad, bro.
Well, I tell you what, Damo, because you want to know if anybody corrected him or anything like that. Well, same podcast, same tight sweatpants with the white socks rolled over the sweatpants. This is Kenyon Martin.
Was why do the players look at Kobe different than the media?
Yeah.
Right?
Medium fan.
Media and fans. I had guarded. In my 15 years of playing basketball, Kobe Bryant was the best basketball player in the National Basketball Association.
Mm-hmm.
Without fucking question.
Damn, man.
Was why.
That's from the same clip, by the way.
From the same clip. Now, mind you, Kenyon Martin came into the league with a prime Shaquille O'Neal and even had to face him in the finals. Go ahead, Damo. I mean, go ahead, man.
I'm not surprised Kenyon Martin took the side over Rashard McCants. I'm not
Personal
surprised.
foul, unnecessary dick riding, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. This is ridiculous, bro. Now we have centers and power forwards who win against prime Shaquille O'Neal, going
Tim Duncan, Shaq, Dirk,
Kobe
KG. Hey, man, for all 15 years, from 2000 to 2015, Kobe was the best player in that. I understand. I understand not wanting to disrespect Kobe. I get that. But one thing I hate is because someone dies, you can't tell the truth. The one thing I will want people to do when I die is just tell the truth about my life. Don't just tell the positives. Don't just make up positives. Don't just tell the good. Tell the truth. There's no way someone can have, I'm not saying bring up the negatives to destroy their legacy, but you have to talk about their entire legacy.
Shout out to Cobra for the 10.
Okay, Big Cobra.
Is it? Wait, real quick. Is this him?
Mamba.
Is this you?
That is him, that is
What's
him.
good, man? What's good? Big Cobra.
Holy shit.
Good, yeah. Good, y'all.
What's good, man?
Nigga, you
Been
do look
carrying
just
our
like the
strings.
UFC. You look like the UFC player you had me make. I'm actually surprised.
Nah, now I see why he be asking for them fucking physicals.
Yeah.
Now
I get it
see.
now.
Now I
Appreciate
see.
you, man. Let me
Yeah, for
get
sure,
Damo's rant off. My bad.
Yeah, hold on real quick.
No.
gang.
I'm not. Hey, man. It's
No,
nasty
keep
work.
going. No, keep going. Keep going.
It's nasty work because every time I hear people talk about Kobe, and this could be something slight, it could be nitpicky. No one talks about the most misses ever. No one ever brings up the fact that this man missed the most shots ever. Talking about basketball, the game of basketball. No one talks about the losses. No one talks about the downsides of playing with Kobe Bryant. No one. Smush Parker will. Smush Parker go on the podcast right now and tell you, hey, man, Kobe was all glitz and glamour until you have to share a locker next to him, and then the truth comes out. No one, y'all don't want to talk about the truth with Kobe because y'all don't want to disrespect him. I don't think the truth is disrespectful. And if you find the truth disrespectful, you need you to look in the mirror and really think about what that truth is and think about the person that you're praising. I love Kobe. I cried when the nigga died. Matter of fact,
I wonder what Papa
Hey,
saw.
hello
What would
to my
Papa
little
saw?
friend.
got me this on Christmas. Like I cried when the
Yeah,
nigga died. I love Kobe.
What's up there? Give me
the nigga
milk.
jersey's right
Give me
there.
your milk.
I love Kobe.
5 gifted.
There's no way I'm not going to tell the truth about Kobe Bryant. I'm not going to disrespect him, but I'm going to be honest about him. Kobe's in my top 5. He's 5.
Yeah, I'm about to
that's
say.
disrespectful.
Yeah, you shocked me there. I was gonna say I probably have Kobe the highest all time out of everybody until you said that. I think me and you either directly tie or maybe have him at peak one spot higher. But regardless, I hear a lot of time people bring up like his inefficiency, but other than that, you hit it on the money. People are just like, it's a pendulum, unfortunately. So when he first died, I'll die by it. The nastiest discourse I've seen, arguably in NBA history, concerning like what it was niggas instantly thinking he would be overrated and going on a hate tirade. Like that shit was low key crazy. Like niggas were day 2, because I will admit day 1 everybody was chill. Day 2, all right, but let's not get carried away. Who who is even talking about? Like, we are talking about Vanessa and Gigi and these niggas. Let's not get carried away. However, unfortunately, it's completely flipped. Now people are like, hey, you don't have Kobe number one? All right, well, you wouldn't say that if he was alive. That's technical. 2 free throws, 2 knee pads. All right, bro. Like, stop, bro. This is nasty.
I'm not gonna lie. Steph would cook these niggas, and that's just what it is. I looked at Kenyon Martin's career. I looked at it versus Shaq specifically, but I looked at Kenyon Martin's career. Came into the league 2000, 2001.
By the way, is my mic raping y'all? My gain is all the way up. I just beat.
No,
you're good.
Came on a New Jersey Nets team that made it to the finals. Not that year, but the year after. Damn. Shaq, Kobe, Lakers. Shaquille O'Neal averaged 36.3, 12.3, 4 assists, 3 blocks on 60% from the field. Kobe averaged 27, 6, 5. And I know what what's his name, Kenyon Martin's task was. And he played good.
I know as he could, man.
He played as best as he
lead
could.
them in scoring? That's crazy.
He led them in scoring. They ain't no scores on that team. Who was going to do it? RJ, Kerry Kittle's like, it's not too crazy. Jason Kidd with 21. He did good. For a young guy, that's really good. I'm not going to lie to you. It's really good. He got dominated by Shaq.
Yeah.
Shaq dominated him.
No year.
But hold on. Next year, they played Tim Duncan in the San Antonio Spurs. Now, you played Romer or whatever the case may be. You got dominated by Tim Duncan.
Yeah, like a quad dub one game.
He had 14. Kenyon Martin averaged 15 points, 10 boards, 2 steals, 2.3 blocks on 34% from the field as a fucking big man.
That's my GOAT defensive player side. No.
To be fair though, to the 3, they don't care about stats.
No, and I
So the
get
argument
that.
you're bringing up
I get that.
doesn't
They don't care about stats. Tim Duncan put up
24,
17.
Five
Well,
assists
let me
and 5
correct
blocks.
that. Let me correct that.
Blocks.
They say they don't care about stats, but if you watch the rest of the clip, they say some crazy shit. Number one, Gil outright just says the difference between players and media is that the media looks at stats, the players don't. We're in the field. The rest of the clip, he talks about stats.
Now,
And Rashad McCants even calls him out. Number 2, Rashad McCants was very heavy the whole clip on, against stats. I'm a player. I played against him. All the players say Kobe's better than LeBron, this, that, and the third. But at some point in the clip, Gilbert asks him, because he didn't say it outright, but he's essentially alluding to he has Kobe as the GOAT over MJ. So Gil then asks him, so when did Kobe pass Mike? He said that Kobe passed Mike when Kobe passed Mike in the scoring list.
Yeah, I'll rip the Band-Aid off. It's one of the flagrant fouls in NBA history. Players are against stats when they're either too advanced or unfavorable to the argument. But when they favor the argument, shit, they'll be the first ones to tell you about accolades, and maybe that's their monkey's paw, riddle me this gotcha moment out of there. Maybe they'll say, "Oh, that's an accolade." But they definitely know their numbers. Are we fucking kidding me?
But even in the conversation of stats, no stats, Tim Duncan was busting your ass. So I would think eye test. If we looked at it,
damn, every time I shot the ball,
because you shot 30% and you took a bunch of layups, I have no clue. And if they were forcing you to take middies, then that would be even crazier. But you was getting your ass busted by Tim Duncan. I would think that would translate to the fucking video as well.
Again, they're very big on the bag talk, so they don't think Tim Duncan and Shaq.
Curry would bust their ass.
Well,
now you know what? Unironically, Bezos, they give Shaq his flowers. I say that they go, well, Shaq, hold on now, that's dominant.
They do, but they always say Shaq was the most dominant, Kobe was the best. They always say something like that.
That's fair. They do something.
You want to know why they do that? Because Shaq will be easy to go straight onto a podcast, straight onto their podcast, and remind niggas who the fuck Shaq is.
Yeah, Shaq.
And they don't want that.
You're stopping me?
I'm about to say
he would just laugh him out. He would just laugh him out.
They wouldn't consider Shaq. Niggas don't put Shaq, respecting Shaq name. Shaq will pull up with the Carfax. Opinion. I gave you 30-6. How am I? What conversation are we having right now? Oh, okay. I didn't know. Like them, and you're right. Sage, you hit the nail right on the head. So he brought that up, him passing on the scoring list, because hey man, the all-time scoring list isn't a stat; it's an achievement. You know, that's not a stat. That's not a stat the stat nerds use. That's an achievement real hoopers use, because all real hoopers know you count buckets by the all-time scoring list. Even though for whatever reason, when he mentioned LeBron James being at the top of the list, he still put an asterisk. It's crazy. He said, yeah, now LeBron's one, so you give me his respect. But when we talk about IQ, what you can do on the basketball court, them other two niggas, you just can't put them on the list because they're so great. Like, it's clear bias and hate. It's nasty.
Smart offense.
But what do you expect?
Another
and Omar, I would challenge you to pull up Rashard McCant's career. What do you expect from a nigga with the professional career of Rashard McCants who sits around in a fucking crown all day? What do you expect? Rashard McCants has one of the most Mickeyest NBA careers, and he sits there in front of niggas who have done this at the highest level for a while, either peaked super high or played 15 years as a top player, and he sits there with a fucking crown. Rashard McCants will sit there. He just had a clip go viral not too long ago, arguing with Brandon Jennings of all people about who was nicer. Rashard, nigga, please.
I seen that, man. Brandon Jennings said, I'd whoop everyone's ass.
He sat there in front of Brandon Jennings and really tried to say, yeah, nah, I'm really like that. Hey, you might give me 50, but I'm there, though. What loser ass Pat Beverly excuse is that? Hey, I'm there if you give me 50. I'm there. You might give me 50,
no, and don't disrespect Pat Beverly, because Pat Beverly played more years in the league than
Rashard
his
McCants,
bitch ass did. Oh my God, Cobra.
What did Cobra do?
Background.
Cobra with another 10
I'm about to get
gifted
the Santino
with
background.
like 20 overall. Yes, sir. Big Cobra.
Bro,
That's
just
good,
unlocked
yeah.
like 40 badges in my league.
Appreciate it, man.
Damn.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Badges.
Wait,
Well,
Cobra, you going for the back-to-back in the league tomorrow?
Sure. No problem. I'm going for that.
Back to
Why not let it fly?
Sure.
Let
Why
me-
not?
He got Boogie in my
Yes,
league.
sir.
It's him and Young Boogie
Let me-
right now.
let me
He
play-
didn't even make a
Cobra
super
did
team. He
choke
just
in my
be
league,
alone.
though.
Oh,
Tough.
Pause.
Tough.
Look, this is Kenyon Martin.
all right. Kenyon gets the ball. Huss. I like this. I like this look from you. Okay, now don't directly attack Tim Duncan, please. Don't do that. Okay.
Well, he can't. He's smothered. Oh, that's him underneath the basket. Barbecue chicken. Like,
underneath.
Yeah,
the
who
rim.
needs a bag when you could just do that?
Yeah, I don't. And we say Shaq. They are real lucky that Tim Duncan is a player that just does not give a fuck unless he's on the court. Because I've heard endless stories from players. Yo, Tim Duncan, hey, he won't run his mouth. He'll give Pop that look. Pop will give him that look back, and you're done, buddy. I've heard endless stories like that. But we are so lucky. And I troll souls with this all the time. But like if Tim Duncan was like a shit talk, oh my God. Tim Duncan would be able to pull so many niggas Carfax. Hell, we talking about Kobe. He could pull some cards on Kobe. He could pull some cards on LeBron. Even Tim Duncan would be able to talk endless shit about endless players. Hop on podcasts and be like, "What are you talking about? He's better than me." When we played him, Buddy couldn't do shit. When we played LeBron the first time, that shot, y'all talk about all these fluke moments. That shot was fluke as fuck. And we proved that the second series, we beat the dog shit out. Like, y'all are so
I can't believe
lucky.
I'm about to watch that
He's
bullshit.
not a shit talker. I've low-key, like, if there's anything, man, like this YouTube shit has pressured me to watch basketball mandating, is low-key love for Tim Duncan. Because, my God, if that nigga was talking shit, y'all would put him in, like, your top twos type shit.
I want to continue on the theme again of these old players having mics and stuff like that. And I'm live reacting with y'all to this. I didn't see this. This was slid into, the topics chat last second. Apparently Melo.
Before we move on, I do have a question for y'all regarding that conversation. What is the minimum that you have to be considered in the conversation?
I'm mad you cut that intro off. That was crazy though.
My bad, man.
Nah,
My
go ahead,
bad.
go ahead, go ahead.
Before we move on,
speaking, Bezos.
my bad, man.
5 yards at least. Come on.
But yeah. What do y'all think is like the minimum percentage to like actually be in the conversation?
Wait, what conversation?
Percentage of what do you mean?
Like okay, so let's put it this way. In the MVP race, right? I don't know, 2017. Russ and Harden were the clear 1 and 2. But I don't know, like Kawhi Leonard was in that conversation. He was like top 3 in MVP voting. Is he actually in the conversation or not? Would you count that as a dude in a conversation or not?
Ask. Nah, I'm a pretty like the whole him term for me was to cut off excess conversations and shit. So like for example, to add on to your point, like Jokic versus Embiid MVP. Oh, but what about Kurt D-Book? No.
SGA.
But no, nothing about D-Book. It's a and B conversation for the GOAT debate. I think anybody in the top 10 you can do it, but realistically, it's 1 and 2. So I don't know what percentage. I don't know how to answer that, but the standard very, very, very cutthroat for me.
I feel like it depends on the conversation necessarily. If we're talking about MVP, depends on how close the race is. If it's a 3-4 man race, then there you go. But if it's a 2017 where it's clearly a 2-man race, it's clearly a 2-man race. What are we about to do? Oh, Paul George for this 4th MVP voting. Sound nice, but it's the reason he was 4th. Like it was a 2-man race. But in a situation like if we're revolving it around then, if we're talking about who really should be in the conversation, talking about the guys that are like Kobe, Bron, and whatever it is, or high-level NBA careers, I feel like it depends on your peak and the domination of your longevity. If you can argue one of those, if you like Gilbert Arenas, I feel like Gilbert Arenas peaked relatively high, especially for a point guard of that era. He didn't lose Michael Jordan. Now Jordan was fucking 38, but nigga bust Jordan ass. Nigga gave Kobe buckets. Nigga bust everybody's ass in his time. He was one of the premier players. He can talk that talk. Kenyon Martin, even though we just seen him get dogged by Shaq and Tim Duncan, Kenyon Martin as a defensive player was a fucking problem and a monster. And a 10-year vet, Kenyon Martin was one of those guys. He can have the conversation. The nigga sitting in goddamn Ready Player One glasses and a fucking crown from Temu. I don't think, nigga, you are a dog in college. You're not in this conversation, Christian Laettner. The fuck are we talking about?
Because Gil was making a point on that clip too of like, if you're not in the top 2 of any conversation, you're not actually in the conversation. So
I agree.
I
think most of the time that's probably
no,
true. Well, yeah, most of the time
I agree.
That's probably true.
I feel like there are like clear differences between 2 and 3, at least. And a lot of times 1 and 2 is pretty close, but there are clear differences between 2 and 3. And you would have to be, let's just completely disagree with this one for 3. Because even in your argument about 1, 2, and 3, Bezos, I think your argument for 1, 2, and 3 is like LeBron, MJ in some sort of order. Kareem is 3, but he's not really 3. You have Kareem like way out of 3, or way out of like competing for 2.
Well, yeah, for the GOAT conversation specifically, it is a 2-man race for me. But like the reason why I brought up the MVP race was I think it was the second Jokic year. Like it was, I thought it was a legitimate race between Jokic, Embiid, and Giannis. Like you can make a case for one of them to win that award. So in that case, it is.
I think that's different. I think that's different. Well, and I guess that would also be a little bit of a subjective conversation. But when we're talking about the totality of people's careers, achievements, accomplishments, play style, all that stuff like that, I think in that conversation, it's like, all right, you got to reach to get to the 3 convert. Like you really got to reach.
I hear you, but what I'm saying is Gil is saying that applies to any conversation. Like if you are not in 2, you're just not in the conversation. Period. Point blank.
I wouldn't say literally any. Obviously, any is crazy, but I think more often than not, definitely it's a 2-man. Like I was off the dome trying to think of what conversation would I say. Yeah, 3 people have to be involved. Maybe greatest center of all time. Maybe at that point you can think it's 3 genuine pools between Shaq, Kareem, and then whether you like the older generation and or Hakeem. So yeah, you probably go there. But if we're having great player conversations, for example, every other position, it's 2. Sometimes it's clearly 1 name. If you're going greatest player of all time, it's 2. Sometimes it's really only 1 name. You go on, someone said greatest Laker. think it's 2, maybe only 1. So like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
think more often than not, it's 2, but there's some that has 3 for sure.
I just want to, in closing, say that I think it sets a bad precedent to Rashard McCants. I know he'll probably never see this, where players of the day can get on and feel as if they supersede everybody else in the conversation. 10 years is coming around the corner fast, and you won't be the reason for the season. But the guys that will have retired by then will be stepping into these platforms and shouting, "There's a new king, there's a new king." And if we just can disregard a bunch of different things because of I played against him, I should say this, you know, even before you, how they did it with Michael, which I think you would agree with Michael. And before that, it would be the Kareems or the Magics or the, whoever the world. It just sets a nasty precedent because 10, 15, 25 years later, a lot of the names that you're naming will be forgotten in this for the sake of like all these other people. I played against Jokic. I played against, I don't know, Cooper Flag. He's him. Don't give a fuck about none of that shit. From guys that played 2 years in the league.